Hey there. All right, my weekly 5 this week goes out to the moms out there with little kids, not necessarily babies, but little kids. Mine are teenagers right now, but a lot of times now that they're teens, I think back to when they were little and what I put time into or energy into teaching them that I believe now made a difference. So I was thinking, because health was one of the big things I always pushed to my kids when they were little, because my background's health. I'm passionate about health and taking care of ourselves. And I thought of 5 things that I thought were really important that I do believe helped my kids take better care of themselves now. So first, when it came to eating, there's a lot of obvious, of course, to eat, good things, push good foods, but the things when it came to eating, first off, was I never pushed my kids to clear their plate. A lot of people make their kids clear their plate. I didn't feel that was healthy. To me, that pushes you just to eat, probably more sometimes than you want to. And we all have different tastes, so we're not all gonna like the same things. So my rule at the table was you had to try everything. So everything that I put on the table, you had to at least try. If you didn't like it, that was okay, but you had to try it. You didn't have to clear your plate, but you had to try everything. And then next was I constantly reintroduced new foods. So even if my kids said they didn't like avocados, I would give it some time and I would bring them back up again. Or if they didn't like sweet potatoes, or if they didn't like strawberries, whatever it was that's a good food, I would keep reintroducing it, because I read an article once and it worked, because they thought they didn't like something, but I would bring it up like a month or 2, 3 months, 6 months later, a year later. Eventually they liked it. I still do it. There's things they say they don't like, mostly with my picky eater, but they'll like something. So never give up is my point. Let them try everything. Don't make them clear their plate, and keep trying, even if they don't like it. I really believe that leads to healthier eaters. Secondly, when it came to fitness, my biggest thing was just for them to move and to move outside. So my kids luckily were both in sports, but I know that one day sports would end. So I wanted them to be just active. I think free play is huge, is so important. Schools stop giving recess a lot, and it's just hard for kids, with screens. I say it's hard. They're distracted and their screens are intriguing. Just get them outside. I would let them ride scooters. We would ride bikes together. We would get a couple of neighborhood kids to play tag, kickball. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit of effort, but really it makes a difference. Go to the park, let them run around the park. We would bring balls to the park. Anything to get them outside and get them active, because we feel good when we move, and the more you move, the more you're going to crave moving. So make it a part of their life that they get outside and they're active, okay? Number 3, obviously sleep is important. And of course, I did tell them why it's important. But when they were little, I reminded them that their body needed sleep for the brain, for their muscles to get strong. You remind them of all those things that kids think are important. But when they were little, with the sleep, I tried really hard, and I know it's not super easy, but to have a routine, like reading books at night, whatever it is. Maybe it's a show you watch together at night, but something in those last, hour leading up to sleep that would help wind them down. And then maybe they had music in their room, maybe they had a night light, maybe had the lights on the ceiling, maybe they had a stuffed animal, whatever the routine was. And everyone has different. Just create some sort of routine around going to sleep, because even when you're an adult, it's important to have a routine around sleep. So 4th, I taught them about quiet time. And I think it's really important to teach them it's okay to want to go to your room and just have some quiet time. Just play, quiet time. Sit in prayer. We would have prayer time together, or read books together. We even did some meditation together, which was fun. Just use the Calm app or any of those free apps and put on like 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. And we just sat in quiet with our eyes closed. It was really kind of funny, but I just wanted them to realize and know that it's important to step away from the world and have some quiet time. we're just so rushed and can you go to this? Can you go to, I mean, you could be busy morning to night with kids, but if you push to them that quiet time, they realize how it makes them feel. So the more you add this and let them feel the benefit, they're going to want, more of the quiet time. And fifth, the thing I thought about was I really tried socially to teach my kids when they were young. Peer pressure is so big. Saying yes to everything is so big. All these things as adults that we feel, because it doesn't go away. When they were little, I really tried to teach them if they really didn't want to go to something, if it wasn't something that was like, there are things we need to go to and you have to decide that as a parent. Every family's different. But you don't have to go to every birthday party. There are certain grades you get invited to all of them. Sometimes you get invited by someone you really don't know. And I tried to teach my kids they didn't have to go to all of them, or every play date, or everything that everyone invited you to, because it's just pressure. It's pressure. It's teaching them they have to say yes to everything. It's teaching them to fit in. It's teaching them to feel like they always want to belong. So anything that, to me, when they were little, I would think, how is this going to translate when they're older? And if it felt like this was a peer pressure, if this was a boundary issue, I would teach them. If, I'm sure you talk through friendships and all of that, but these were the things that I felt like it's really easy to get caught up in, wanting your kid to fit in, wanting your kid to belong, wanting your kid to be on every team, go to every party. And it's okay. They're going to be okay if they don't. And you'd be surprised. All of these things that I just told you, I can see how they've helped my kids. And as they got older, it really makes a difference. So I hope this helped you, and enjoy those littles. Time goes really, really fast. It's so, so true. So enjoy them.